Niccolò Machiavelli, The Prince, Chapter 5. How to govern cities and states that were previously self-governing. What is this talking about? Well, this is talking about how to rule something that's been ruling itself in the past, that took care of itself in the past. How to be a man and provide for a woman that's been self-sufficing in the past. How to take care of people that don't want your help. But don't want your help in a sense more so that have never had help. How to take care of them. This is what this chapter is talking about. I love this chapter a lot, and I'm excited to break it down. So let's get into it. Number one, Machiavelli states that we must understand the territory before we start governing something that is previously not under our governance. We have to understand that territory. We have to understand who they are. We have to understand what their customs are. We have to understand what they love doing as a people, as a person. We have to understand them fully. Once we can understand them, we have to apply that governance, obviously, in accordance to such. So there are different approaches that Machiavelli explains, and he says there's through cruelty and there's through leniency. Now, cruelty obviously means harsh imposers onto that people, but he says that it's better to be harsh initially. It's better to put your foot down initially. In a situation, let's say I'm on a date with a girl, it's better to put my foot down and not get walked over right away. It's better to hold my composure as a man, as who I am. It's better to do that right away. Now, leniency is more so gradually to ease up on the restrictions that you have placed after you have the trust of that person. Obviously, in a relationship, you're not going to get walked over right away. You're not going to allow yourself to get walked over. But initially, once you meet that person, you guys click. After a while, you obviously be more open to them. You obviously open up more. And that's what's cool about this book. We get these concepts about being harsh once you conquer that land, but afterwards, on the self-governing land that you just conquered, you open up and you're more lenient with them. The same way as in a relationship, how when you get into that relationship, you're initially harsh, you initially stay closed, but once you are comfortable, you start opening up a little bit. It's cool how these concepts interchange through all of this lingo. So let's move on to the next one. We talk about avoid alienation. You don't want to alienate the people. You don't want to cut the people off from who they are and annex that territory, because that can lead to rebellion. That can lead to the land really stepping up and being like, nah, fuck this person, fuck this bitch who's running shit. It's like, you really got to stand on that. They still have their customs. Yeah, you run them. They still have their customs. You don't fully control that person. You don't fully control that person. You don't fully control that territory. If I have a girlfriend, I'm not going to fully control what the fuck she does. If she does some fuck shit, then she does some fuck shit. That just speaks for herself. And that's facts right there. You can clip that right there. That's what it is. Now, you also want to maintain order, though. By not cutting off alienation, you still want to maintain order in a type of way. You still want to have that everything is going the way that it should. As a man, you should always hold that things will go the way that they should. Now, you maintain order through some cruelty. You maintain some order through cruelty. You would be feared in order to create that order. You will create order through fear. That's what Niccolò Machiavelli states within this book. If you're interested in that, go through it. There's a nice little story that he does paint out. Kind of cool. So take a look into that. And finally, you want to balance the interests of both the territory and both what you want. That's similar in a relationship too, where you have a situation where a girl has what they want and you have what you want, and you balance all those things at the end of the day. A lot of this is just a balancing act in life. Even in the old times of conquering in old Italy, it's always been a balancing act. And I hope we're starting to see the resemblance of Niccolò Machiavelli's philosophy in the modern day world. Because in reality, they're one and the same. We still live under the same sun. We still breathe in the same air. It's just a passage of time. So I love y'all. Take with it what you will. Keep growing. Keep evoluting.